Now we're having a very exciting conversation. Now moving to the next part of the conversation where we're talking about a very interesting topic. The topic of the people behind the scenes creating some of our biggest hits. The instrumentalists, the people that bring their expertise to bear to be able to ensure that the songs that we love sound the absolute best. Now, recently, Akwaboah, the artist Akwaboah, who used to be an instrumentalist before transitioning into an artist, now went on record to say that the reason why he decided to start doing his own songs and putting it out and becoming his own artist was because of how instrumentalists were treated in the industry. To help me discuss it, I have in the studio with me Kwame Daze, entertainment journalist here at Citi FM and Citi TV, and a man known for his writing prowess. Also joining me is an award-winning jazz artist, saxophonist, a man who has truly given us a lot of incredible classics, the one and only Steve Biddy. It's good to have you here, Steve.
Hi. Good to see you.
Thank you for coming. It's been a while. And also joining me is a man that has played with so many legends I cannot even count. He's known for giving stellar performances on stage, the one and only Odikro. Odikro, it's good to have you here.
Nice.
Thank you for making the time to be here. Now, before we get into anything, of course, and of course, Kwame, it's good to have
the way you introduced me was not fair. Oh, I play the castanet. Isn't that a musical instrument?
Okay, so someone who can play some instrument
who plays castanets called castaneta.
Okay, a castaneta. Okay, whatever you say. But first and foremost, let's take a listen to what Akwaboah had to say. We'll come into the studio and discuss.
Me do the kase menka oh saben de say instrumentalist say na be ma ho wow oh to be abedu na say o say etua oka after the show so no ba no who's can no so ntia na do for taxi eba auditorium ho enti se Saturday anopa e kombedewa from anopa na manabo be 5-6 na ye ma un so kura say genum because all they cared about was the artist na
all
performing yes enti wo de onya bedu ho no mo asa obedi so be de ankasa wasemo oh yeah ti da krope de jiga na say my rehearsal sa be 2 weeks abo am artist we nyina ya ba show na se aba be from anopa sound check to anajo eduanu nti obi ayem ngofo ye omo ba sound check rehearsal ba ku mienu ukwohwe omo kubiki omu a ensan sisu won emian na efi ne ko maja instrument ne bo majabo enti na me join band be friend patch be band okay ti hona mene madam for di nkomo leader no mene na te band no ya na eboma ai beka so those times enti no mene be di nkomo say after show we dey mene show say metimi eno mabobiem ti me pese me artist enti no kro nya me me ba fie no as an artist me say me catch you say na me woska kesi bi da ho a.
And that's what Akwaboah has to say. But Kwame, quickly wrap up for a non-Chi speaking audience. What was Akwaboah trying to say in that?
Okay, so Akwaboah was talking about all the struggles he went through when he was an instrumentalist. He was a keyboardist playing with different bands for artists, big artists, even writing songs for others as well. And so he was just talking about all the things that he went through when they went for their shabu gigs in the villages. And sometimes playing for the big acts, they will go for programs and they will not even be served food or water or anything like that. But when they went to the rooms of these big acts, they saw food, drinks there. And he was like, no, I'm very talented. I can also sing and then perform as an artist. So why don't I rather drift to that side or add my singing ability to the instrument that I play? And so he decided to release his own songs, and that was why some time ago in 2013 or 14 he released I Do Love You, and then now we have Akwaboah as an artist that performs for us to also enjoy.
Well, we don't do here at the chat. We actually serve everyone, regardless of whether you're an instrumentalist or so. To help us do that, I'm going to invite on Bright, our resident mixologist at the Caution Cocktail Bar that powers all our amazing cocktails, to bring the cocktails for today. Bright, if you'd be so kind. Today's cocktail is called Thembi's Brew. It's strawberry puree, orange bitters, orange juice, sour mix, and as well the winning ingredient, Good Day Energy Drink. Of course, this show is proudly brought to you by Good Day Energy Drink. Now, thank you very much, Bright. Now, getting into the conversation now, and I think I'll start with you, Steve. You are an artist or a jazz artist, not known for conventional singing. I mean, you use your instruments to make it happen. Can you succeed or make a lot of money as an instrumentalist in Ghana?
Definitely, you can make a lot of money.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing, I always say that it's a game, you know. So you have to understudy the game and know what role you want to play in the game. When you get into the game, you know what tactics you would want to use. So basically, yes,
okay.
You know, instrumentalists can make money.
Okay.
I mean, I have made some money. Yeah. I mean, I'm saying it because when I look at when I started, I don't want to go there, but like we've done lots of gigs that we walked away or walked back home, you know, without nothing.
So you identify with some of the things that Akwaba was saying?
Perfect. I mean,
really?
I've also played in the band before, you know, so I know exactly what Akwaba is saying. And it's really true.
Wow.
You know, yeah, sometimes you go there, you know, nothing happens, you'll be there from morning till evening. They don't even look at you. They don't even think about you being somebody who is part of the event, you know. It's like the instrumentalists are always sidelined and put behind the scenes, but hey, at the end of the day, they actually make the things, you know, happen.
Yeah.
So I think the mentality has to, you know, it has to change. Also, I think the instrumentalists also would have to do some kind of work, you know. For me, yes, I'm an instrumentalist, or I used to be in the band and now I'm an artist. I can talk for the instrumentalists, but there's something else that they also have to do as instrumentalists. You need to know how to carry yourself. You need to know how to appreciate what you do and put some kind of premium on it. By doing that, you get others to see the kind of premium you put on what you do. So they see you in that same light. Okay? They see you in that same light. So I have gone through this kind of experiences, and I changed my mind. I was like, no, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like that, so this is going to be my game plan. And I focused on that and changed my story.
I like that. And we'll come to that because you are actually one of the few that have broken out and are not known to just be the part of the band. You are an act on your own.
Yeah.
But let me come to you, Odikro. Odikro, do you make money as an instrumentalist?
Yeah, I make much money. Yeah.
But you play for a lot of people.
Yeah.
What kind of people have you played for?
I've worked with most of the artists, like I've worked with Bandex Production.
Okay.
Yeah, Isaac C, Ampon,
Wow.
Slim Basta,
Wow.
Wuta, yeah, bro, Dada, yeah, bro, yeah, I did the guitars, and Bless, Chocho Mucho, Daddy Lumba, and Kojampon.
Wow.
They are gospel songs that they brought, yeah. Kojo Entry, Nanam Pedu.
Wow.
J. Adolfo.
Wow.
Obapa Christie. Paco Sido, Ohima Mercy. Ohene Bakisi. Me share bida, me that song. Yeah, I did the guitar works, and Kofi Kenata. Our baby, Sweetie Pie.
Yes,
yeah, I did the guitar works.
I love that one.
Kumi guitar was my. Let's take it. I'll take like his was my son, like my son.
Really?
Yeah. The taxi Kumi guitar was my taxi.
Are you serious? Wait, hold on.
So I was like, Kumi guitar was stay with me.
Odikro, you were the one that owned the taxi that Kumi guitar was driving.
You can call Kumi guitar and ask him.
Before he was now taken on by Xylophone and became a big star.
Yeah, I'm the one supporting him before he got to Xylophone.
Wow. Did he remember you though?
Oh, come guitar. Yeah.
He remembered you.
Yeah. For that one, there, I respect him for that.
Okay.
It's like and Grace Ashley, Nicolas Amani Champon.
Wow.
And Akobo and Sako there to our favorite.
Amazing.
Keke Fusu, Kofi Nti, Ofra Ponsa, Kechi Kwame Apia, Lady Prempe,
living legend.
Mary Ganza, George Jara, Flipper Befi.
Wow.
Just blessing. Before Just Blessing becoming
a big star.
I did that works. Me said that album I put all the guitars before they came to
Xylophone.
No, Kwashimai. Before they came to Xylophone too.
Wow.
Yeah. And
there are so many really?
Bravo. Atogozimba. All of his album that he did, the recent album that he have.
Yes.
Yeah, the new songs. I did the engineering, the guitar works, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have money.
Incredible.
Yeah. Kinai Soba, Hanamafo, Adani Best, Pat Thomas, Abawa Kone, and no assistant Fia to and
there's so many of them.
Akosia Japan.
The list goes on and on.
Yeah.
But how do you earn the money? Do they pay you for every
session
that you do?
Yeah.
Is it that you decide on a month? Okay, so you have a lot of songs to work on, so you decide that at the end of this project I'll give you this amount. How do you work out the payment ends?
Oh, maybe it's not artist that will call. Maybe the sound engineer will call you and talk to you. Maybe Odukro, maybe person will be able say Emma Asimesi. So by the time about now artist so then you talk to the artist.
Okay.
About the money issue.
Okay.
Then after you are done, you take your money and go. That's what I do. Make and crying.
Cash and carry.
Yeah. That's what I do.
But what are some of the challenges that you have faced?
Some of the challenges. Some of the artists don't pay well.
Really?
Yeah. It is fact. They don't pay well. Maybe you have charged artists like I'll take one song for I'll take one song for 200 or 300. Then the person will say, oh, we see my then the person will bargain 200 Ghana.
Okay.
Before cry it was 30 Ghana.
What?
That's Before
how long ago was this? 2000 and what? Or 1990?
No, that's 2000, yeah.
Early 2000s?
Yeah.
30 Ghana?
Yeah, 30 Ghana for one session.
For all the work you do?
Yeah.
All the playing?
Yeah, 30 Ghana. And the most painful thing is, maybe when the song become a hit, they don't remember you.
Wow. After pay you 30 Ghana, the song becomes a hit. And then
when you meet them, they'll tell you to come and take their bag. Oh, Odikru, yeah, cost stage for my bag in the But in real, if you say, also, who take key parts, also, yeah, the bear hit. Like, Anka say, Obia support to ama also music na bana hitting. Also, by the show appreciation. No one say, I dear me, my sister, and papa in the so.
Yeah.
But they would rather be talking to you like you are their son or
their small boy.
Yeah, their small boy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Interesting. Now, Kwame, let me bring you into the conversation.
Yeah.
Looking holistically at the industry, have the artists or the systems been unfair to instrumentalists in our industry?
I think yes, partly yes. And some of the instrumentalists have also been unfair to themselves.
How?
Yes. How? Because the kind of premium or price you place on yourself determines how people will also patronize your services. When I posted the artwork for this program, somebody commented that, as for Steve Bedi, when you ask him to come and play a session for you, he will charge this amount of money. And I was like, man, I didn't think that man in charge. Why should he charge that amount?
Yeah.
He said, well, it's too much. Just for one session. I'm saying, you are the same person who will come and say, if tomorrow he goes broke, and then he comes out to beg for money, you will say, oh, this guy, upon all the money that you earned, you can't even fend for yourself.
But you don't want to pay him well too as well.
I think it's an attitude of we not appreciating people who produce music. You see, even with the musicians, those who sing, the artists, the people we see, whose faces we see almost every day, the perception is that, oh, well, if you do music, you are not smart, you are not intelligent and all that. So it goes down to those who play the musical instrument. They see them as people who don't have anything to do with their lives. But I tell you, I learned how to play the keyboard. I'm not perfect. But if I tell you the struggle you go through to learn the keys, the notes and everything, it's no joke. So if I see people being able to play the keyboard, the guitar, the sax and all that, I become so happy because I know that it's not so easy to do that. Now, the industry, when an event organizer, let's say, books an artist for performance, sometimes they book the band separately from the artist. There are times that the artist comes with a band. Now, how much the instrumentalist like Odikro takes home after that program depends on how much the event organizer is paying, either paying the artist directly or paying the band. Because how much you pay the band determines how much Odikro takes home too. And most times it is the artist that gets the bigger part, the one whose songs we know. But the instrumentalist, the Odikro who is playing the lead, how much is he taking home? How much is the saxophonist taking home? So I think that until it gets to a time where we appreciate the fact that the band as a whole deserves better, until you know that if an artist is coming with a band, the band comprises other musicians. I choose to call them musicians as well because they're all musicians.
They create music.
Yes, and that each of them deserve to take something bigger home. It will be like this forever. Now, Odikro and Steve are artists who don't only play on stages. They also they go to the studios to play people's sessions for them. You know, and that also comes with a different price altogether. And sometimes the reason I say I blame the people, the instrumentalists, is that when you go in there to the studio and the person says, I will pay 300 Ghana cedis, and you don't think it is big enough for you, just leave. But you see, Odikro would say, oh, when you hear me mobile, let me play. Then he takes it like that.
See, I'll come in for that. See, the reason why at times I feel, I feel bad, like, oh, I have to help this person because the person has a talent. He wants to come out. God has already given me the talent already. So, apart from the money, I have to, help the person for the song to come out, for people to see that person that, oh, and can you do cry?
But do they remember you?
They don't do that. That is what pains me so much.
So it's about time we stop.
But
yeah,
Steve,
that's how it has to be.
The copyright stuff, does it apply to the instrumentalist?
You see, that is the thing.
The royalties.
When the spreadsheet comes, is the instrumentalist getting it?
You see, that is the thing. That is where a big problem is. Because most of the instrumentalists don't know about these things. Okay. Imagine an instrumentalist going into all these nitty-gritties of, this, papers, signing this when the song is out, a percentage or maybe, royalties or it's coming to him and all of that. People don't want to go there. So they always want to put you in that box that you don't get to, stand firm as a musician and also going by the rules, or regulations, of the industry. So if you, as an instrumentalist, you try doing that, one thing that is going to happen to you is you are going to be sidelined. I have experienced that before. And I grew wings because, excuse me to say, I always go like, you know what, I just don't care. I've experienced it over years till it got to a time I went like, you know what, I don't care. You don't teach me how to play the saxophone. How skillful or great I am on the saxophone has nothing to do with you. Just as how you go and call a painter to come and paint your house, you pay him. You go to the doctors, you have a problem. Oh, the doctor sees to you, he gives you a receipt or gives you, a charge. You pay for it. You don't bangay, you don't complain, So I feel I should also go that way. If you need my services, I'll give you. If you don't need it, it's fine. You know. So these are some of the issues. And musicians in this country, if you talk to them about royalties or signing a document, it's going to be a problem. Yeah. That's one reason why you don't see me doing a lot of, you know, sessions these days. Because I've done a lot. He was mentioning a lot of people, you know. But if I also want to mention names, too much. There are songs that I've forgotten that it's even me who did it.
Wow.
Until I would listen and go like, this thing sounds like me. And then somebody would go like, but that's you. Have you forgotten we did it at the Pietus? We did it here, you know. So we've done too many songs that musicians or artists in this country are ungrateful. I must tell you, my own friends, I won't mention names, I'm doing stuff for them, but they're still showing me ungratefulness.
Wow.
Whereby me as an artist, I don't want to show you that. I want to respect you, you know, give you that leverage, you know, make sure that I give all I can. But at the end of the day, you don't want to give me, you know, the same thing back in reciprocation or reciprocal. You know, I mean, it makes me feel very bad.
But how did you try and stand out? So you crafted your brand and your image so that when you hear Steve Brady, you hear jazz, you hear artists, you hear instrumentalists, but you think of premium.
Yeah.
How did you work on placing premium on yourself? Okay,
I'll start by, I'll just summarize it. In my case, I must tell you that I hadn't worked for 4 good years.
Wow.
As an instrumentalist. Because when I started to change or to, you know, move, you know, a step further, my friends, musicians that I've known over the years, worked with them over the years, they don't want to use me anymore. Because when I come to them or when they call on me, I talk a different language.
Yeah.
Quick, they feel like, oh, come on, Steve, why do you have to do this? You know, we've gone way back.
Yeah.
You know? But way back, I need to survive.
Absolutely.
You know, so for 4 good years, I've not really worked. Can you imagine an instrumentalist not working for 4 years? Like, you don't play sessions, you don't play gigs.
Wow.
Like, all the side things you do in the studios, you don't do them no more. Because when they call you, you're going to mention a price that nobody wants to pay. Okay? But when you call them, they want you to pay thrice or quadruple
what you
are asking for. And they go like, you know, I'm an artist. So that was the whole thing. So I changed my mentality. I want, like, if I have to be hungry for all these years, I'll make sure I'm hungry. And I'll still train and make sure I'm good at my craft. You come to me, I'll give you the best, top notch, not about your money, but I just want to put my right foot out there, you know, and give you the best of performances. But if you come to me and you talk to me nicely and you go like, you know what, how much are you going to charge? Maybe I'm going to charge $100 or equivalent. And you go like, oh, can we do 80? Can we do 50? If I feel like I want to do it, I'll do it. If my manager feels like he wants to do it, he will do it. But don't put a price tag and go like, oh, this is how it has to be. That it gives me a very bad vibe, you know. So for me, I've gone through a lot with this, and I just put on that clothing like I really don't care. If you need me, you need me. If you don't need me, you don't need me. So this is what I went through. Now, I went hungry.
To be able to now start earning how much you deserve.
Yes.
Interesting. Now, I want to come to Odikro. Apart from sessions and playing at gigs, how else can an instrumental earn money?
Money. Maybe what I would say is, if you play session, you get much money. Maybe the money is not good at all, but you always play.
Okay, so a lot of people are playing many in a day.
For instrumentalists, for you to earn money, you have to save some of the money for another investment.
What kind of investment?
Maybe it's not about music. You can even buy a taxi, you can even buy a Uber, anything that can fetch you money all the time. so that you will not depend on the music so much. Because in this country, our industry is down, it's poor for the music session. So if somebody calls you, he gives you the price, not you.
Wow.
Yeah. Or no, overcharging or overcharge.
Hey.
That is what they do. What you say? Seven Mr. If you're now also a hustler in sky, maybe you have about 10 children, you have about 5 children, you are taking care of them. You take it and take good care of your family. You see. So I said, you can save some of the money for another investment. So it will get to a time the person giving you the price, you rather give the person a price. That time you have made much money, you don't need their money again. You see, that is what most of the instrumentals they have to start to do now. Apart from the music, they should try and add something else to support them. Because you can't depend on the music for now.
Wow.
Now things have changed.
Yeah.
You see.
Now, what's the lowest amount that you've been offered that you were shocked to hear?
Past or now?
No, past and
Now, okay, both. Past and then now.
Hey, the past was like 30 Ghana. See how we ready? My stomach.
Oh, Charlie.
So at times I have to walk. Because let me check on him.
Walk
Yeah.
to the gig.
Yeah, maybe you are going to the studio.
Okay.
Studio as American. The person want to give you 30 Ghana. The person wants to give you like 30 Ghana. 30 Ghana then where then? You have to walk. Me check on him, na mafaka atwa could draw. That is what I do.
Wow.
And for God being so good, I also use my head to make my money. You might think you are giving me money that you want, but I'm also making my plans to get out of that stress.
So the 30 Ghana, is it per hour?
No,
is it for the whole
one
day?
music, one
Is
song.
it, so one song.
Yeah, one
so
song.
If the song would take 3 days to finish, you'll be in the studio coming back and forth for 3 days for 30 Ghana.
Yeah, but I don't think that I'll go and come. It's just once.
Okay.
When you
But
go to
if you do it and then it doesn't go the way it should, would they tell you to come back for extra money, or you come back for the same amount?
they will call you, but they will give you transport. that transport will be like 10 CDs.
So if you do a day's work, and it can be the whole day, it can be all night.
And those times I used to play like albums. I don't play one songs. You see, I can go to this studio, 10 songs. After that, this studio, 10 songs. After
so
that, this
will you get so then 30, 10 songs, 300 CDs?
Yeah.
For that album?
Yeah.
Just 300. The person will make thousands and thousands of CDs, but you just make 300 CDs.
Yeah.
Wow. And then you move to the next studio.
Yeah.
And do that.
And if you chat them too, they will tell you, hey, they'll be talking some stories that you never heard before.
Okay.
So, as you upcoming guitarists, you also want to get a name and make some money for your family. You also have to relax for the game. As my brother said, it's a game. You have to understand the game. So if I wish like I want to do it, I'll do it. If I don't want to, you can't force me. So
now that you've largely are like legendary in terms of the instrumental ecosystem, or the way the instrumentalists are, do people still come to you with very small amounts of money for it?
Okay. Because, excuse me, say, okay. You see?
Yeah.
I have my own house.
Everything has changed.
Things have changed. So when you come, because say, somebody asked me, 30, 20 man, I'm saying, now officer will boom. Yeah, that is what you were thinking. But me, may dream different thing.
So you built a home out of the work.
Yeah.
Wow.
I also want to tell you that you are using your big head. I'm also using my small head to change things for you. So, because dream say, I mean, frequency man, But also, yes, I know, me here, me calculate you. Because penifone bu baby say, and kauda, what you say. When you have plans for yourself, there's nothing like things will not change. It will change.
Yeah.
All depends on you. You see, and if you get the money and maybe you walk off about it, definitely you pay. Any woman you take, you pay. So you have about 10 girls, you have to pay them.
So it's best to be smart about the money.
Okoji 30 Ghana, I'll be Chinese, so we have You see, that's another weak point of the instrumentalist.
Yeah.
That's the weak point back home. Okoji 30 Ghana, I will the 5 cities and I'm going all the girls will call you. Because what are crowds so koye juma. Nti obey that savings. How can you do savings for yourself?
But let me come to this question quickly. You, Odiko, have you ever decided to become an artist yourself?
I have it.
Do you put out? Have you tried to put out maybe your own instrumental work also, or is there a plan to do that in the future?
I've done it already.
Okay.
For now, I'm also a sound engineer.
Okay.
I try to add something to my guitar. So I've learned sound engineering. So I produce
songs as well.
Right now, I don't go to studios again. They send me the file, the
and
song.
Then you work on it.
I played, I send it to them.
Okay.
I've released some of the stress.
Okay.
I'm trying to bring out of my own songs. That will also surprise you. Because that is what people like. If they see you laughing, joking, they think say also new fast. By the time they will realize, pa,
you're up there.
And you can't get close to the person.
Okay.
But that time, all the words that you have to say to the person, you have said it already.
Okay.
What you did not tell also new fast. So that's how God works. So if God wants to help you, you also help yourself. If you don't help yourself, God cannot help you.
Okay. I like that. Now, Steve,
Yeah.
You have progressed into staging your own shows. You travel all around the world doing your own shows. Tell me the progression quickly, how you're able to transition into creating your own shows and staging your own shows. And can all instrumentalists do that? Can they put out their own music? Can they stage their own shows?
Well, every instrumentalist can do that. They can stage their own shows. The only thing is they would have to be able to put their right foot forward, show the masses what they can do. And like I said, they need to put premium on what themselves. They do. You know, I've been through, a lot, when it comes to, staging my own shows, traveling out there, doing my own shows, performances here and there. But it's all about branding, packaging yourself, in a way. Like I said, it's a game. So when you are coming into the game or when you want to change your game, you look at the position you want to play in the game. It's just like a game of football.
Yeah.
So you look at the position you want to play, the number of people there, how you would want to be unique or to stand out. Then you start working your things out and, you pave the way for yourself. So instrumentalists can do more. They can do a lot. But the thing is, I feel sometimes over the years, instrumentalists don't really believe in themselves. The musicians that I work with, I've noticed over the years, I've noticed, a few things that they know the job, they know they can do it. But sometimes if they have to take some steps forward, they don't really believe in themselves. One way or the other, the system also created that. So they feel, is it going to be accepted? Why do I need to go out of my comfort zone when I'm okay over here? I play with this person, play with that person, play with that person, and I get all this sum of money. It's okay. It's better than none. But why should I take that step and then people start looking at me with different eyes and, So it's all about understanding, knowing what you want to do and going in for it.
Okay.
You have to be ready because punches are going to come.
Okay.
So you have to be ready for all the punches, the insults, what have you.
Okay.
So you have to be ready for all of that. Yeah.
Now wrapping up, and we're wrapping up in like less than 60 seconds, but the issue of royalties and instrumentalists receiving royalties for the jobs and songs that they've made hits. How do we begin the process, if there should be a process, of instrumentalists now receiving what's their due on the songs that they've created?
We need to set the system right. It's been there, it's there already, but we are not practicing it, we are not using it. You see, when we go to all these musicians meetings and all of that, we talk a lot, but nothing is done. And it doesn't mean these things, the leaders don't know about it, but they know. But it has to take somebody with the balls to go like, you know what? We are changing this. We are creating it this way. We want it to be like this. So I think we need to reset the system. And also musicians have to come together under one umbrella to make decisions for themselves, you know, and go like, okay, this is our job. This is what we want to do. People shouldn't be backbiting, you know, each other. Sometimes among the musicians, you would be called for something that you probably charged maybe 1 CD. And the one who called will go like, oh, can you do something about it? It's a bit too much. And he'll go like, okay, I'll call you back. He will call another person who does equally the same thing. And he will go like, I want to take maybe 80 pesos. Oh, let me give you 50. And he's going to go for it. But imagine if we are a whole team, a force to reckon with, and we have standard fees.
For everyone.
For everything that you do. Standard. That is how it's done elsewhere. You know, in the developed countries, there is standard. If you're calling somebody for a studio session or to feature on a song, there is a standard fee. You know, so all of these things, we need to come together and, you know, outline all of these for every instrumentalist to understand. If we don't start from somewhere, the game wouldn't change.
Is there an association?
Well, Musica is there.
But are instrumentalists? Do you have?
There is some WhatsApp, you know, groups that, you know, has been created for such purposes. But I feel that alone is not enough.
Of course.
You know, the education has to come. People need to know all of these things so that they can, you know, make smart decisions and know what to do.
Okay.
You know, if it's not done that way, I don't think we are going anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, because we live in a country that, or a part of the world that, when you do the right thing, when it comes to music, you are rather, you know, pushed aside.
Okay.
But when you do the wrong thing,
it's rather praised.
Yeah, they praise you. So look at the great musicians that we have in the system. They've always been pushed aside. But look at the ones that are not as great as those.
They're the ones that are front.
Yeah, because people like the cheap side. You know, they like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, thank you, gentlemen, for coming through. Dukro, why you be out there? Thank you so much. Steve, it's always a pleasure speaking to you. Kwame.
Appreciate that.
Charlie. We'll crush. But a few quick messages coming in says, the topic of how instrumentalists are treated in Ghana is worth discussing. It is the instrumentalist who is the musician and not the singer. In Ghana, everything is upside down. If you join the Performers' Rights Society, PRS, in the UK, they have a complete breakdown of the fees and percentages all the performers receive for rehearsals and gigs. From Boafo Yao and Tema, something that Steve was saying.